Welcome back to Kitchen Corner Healthy Cooking Holiday Tips. Today, Maddie is going to share with you a couple of very delicious traditional Romanian Christmas dishes. What are they?
The first one is called Sarmale, stuffed cabbage, and it's made with sour cabbage that you can buy from the store or you can sour yourself. And the other one in Romanian is called piftie. I don't know how to translate it in English, honestly, but it's just a gelatinous dish. It's actually a pork soup that will be gelatinous. It's called piftie. It's shaky. It's made with the pig's feet and a piece of meat that will have to boil for probably 3 hours with some carrots and some onion in a big pot on the stove, and the pig's feet will get out in the soup that gelatin that we need, so when they will cool down it will harden. And before that we will have to strain it through some garlic. We'll just put a strainer, we'll put some mashed garlic in the strainer and then do this, strain it through that strainer probably 10 times, because we want the soup to take the taste from the garlic, but we don't want that garlic actually in the soup, because after 2-3 days it will give it a kind of a bitter taste. And this is the way my mother did it. Maybe you will go online and you can find some other recipes. There are a lot of ways of doing something, but this is my way. So we will make sarmale and we will make piftie. First we will start with sarmale, and I was trying to prepare the meat. And usually I'm making stuffed cabbage and I'm making stuffed grape leaves for New Year. That's another Romanian tradition in my family. So I wanna keep it this way. But today we will show you how to make stuffed sour cabbage leaves. We will need to grind the onion, because the onion is giving the meat or any dish that you're cooking a great taste. So Stephen is my helper. Yay.
Yay.
I don't have to deal with the onion today, which is good. But this Salad Master salad machine is so wonderful, because you can grind the onion without crying, without any inconvenience. It's fast, it's easy. We are using the number 2 cone. It's great. It's fast. This is what I like. And I don't have to, well, you still have to watch your fingers, but I don't have to watch my fingers while chopping it, so I will not cut my fingers. Not that it happened too many times, but it happened a few times, enough for me to be careful. So all these Romanian dishes, traditional Christmas dishes, I've seen my mother make for so many years, since I can remember. And after I came here, I married Stephen and I came to America, I just wanted to keep the tradition. And it's so nice that I can find what I need to do that. And it's not just the tradition, the customs that are keeping you related to your roots, but they are very tasty, because you have to admit that the cuisine here, the dishes that people are ready?
Ready.
Okay, thank you. The people are cooking here have European roots. No matter what people will tell you, yeah, there are some, and I'm talking about, I'm not talking about Mexicans or Latino dishes or something like that. It's not that I'm talking about. It's just something that we are eating almost every day. You know, pork, beef, chicken. And the Romanian cuisine has so much influence. We have Bulgarian influence and even Russian influence in our cuisine. We have German. Oh yeah, for the meat part, the sausages that we are making and all the meats, smoking them. Everything is from Germany. We have Turkish, because Sarmale are not Romanian. We are not the ones that discovered or invented this. I think it's a Turkish or a Greek kind of food dish. But it's good. It's very good. It's very good. It's very tasty. So after we grinded the onion, we have to saute, and we will saute it until it's translucent. We don't have to burn it, we don't have to cook it all the way. And then what we will do, we will just mix it with the meat. I have here, gosh, I don't know, more than 8 pounds of meat. I just combine a lot of pork, 5 pounds of pork with 2.5 pounds of beef, and everything else, small bags with ground meat that I found in my freezer. I just put them together, and I was trying to mix them, but they are so cold, my hand was freezing. So I let it stay there just a little bit, and then we will put some salt. I have here some juniper and coriander, and I will try to grind it there. I will put some paprika for color and for taste. I have here probably 1/4 cup of chopped dill. If you don't like dill, just leave it out, but I just love dill, and the meat combined with the dill is just heaven. I have here some, let's say, I don't know, 3 tablespoons of parsley, fresh parsley, but I will put some dry parsley also. I have here some tomato sauce that I want to combine there. I have some Romanian savory, because the thyme here is not too strong. And then after we roll the stuffed cabbage, and we will put it in the pot. And by the way, this is the way I'm doing it. I will start boiling it on the stove for 1.5 hours, and then I will take it and I will stick it in the oven for 2 more hours. And in this way, everything will just mingle and blend, and the cabbage will just melt in your mouth, and the meat will have a heavenly taste. So we will use 2 bay leaves. You can leave it out if you don't like it again. And I think I will just put 1 or 2 strings of fresh dill, because that will give it another taste. I don't know how to explain, but when you're smelling everything and then you will taste the final product, it's just I don't know, your mouth is so happy. But again, you can find some other recipes, you know, people adapted them, they changed some things. You can put here more beef. I put 2.5, like I said, pounds of beef. Pork is the best to stuff vegetables, bell peppers, zucchinis, cabbage, grape leaves. You can stuff almost anything. You can stuff tomatoes. But the beef will give it, again, a little bit more flavor. You can put some lamb. Don't combine though chicken with pork or with beef. You either make chicken with turkey or just chicken or just turkey. But I don't know. The tradition is not asking for chicken for Christmas in the Romanian custom, so I am not going to do it. We just love pork. Okay, so now the next step is to get the skillet out and prepare it so I can start sauteing the onions. And I will show you how it looks right back. I have some oil in my skillet. I don't know, let's say 3-4 tablespoons, and we'll go ahead and heat up the skillet and saute the onions. And like I said, we don't have to cook them all the way, we don't have to burn them, but cooked onions will give the meat such a great flavor. And I will keep just a little bit, so I will put on the bottom of my pot that I'm going to cook the sarmale in, the stuffed cabbage in, so it will give it a better taste to my sauce, because we'll pour a little bit of tomato sauce on top of that, and then we'll sprinkle some savory, and then we will start arranging the stuffed cabbage, and then up at the top I will chop some sour cabbage, and I will top that with a little bit of dill, like I was telling you, a sprig of dill or two. I will put the bay leaves, and then I will fill up the pot with diluted juice from the sour cabbage, diluted with water, and some tomato sauce. And they will boil first on the stove, and then I will put them in the oven. And because of the Salad Master cookware, they will cook evenly all around the bottom and on top, and they will not burn. And even if for whatever reason they will get burned, it's no problem, because the burnt taste will not transfer into the dish, into the food. And this is what I love. All of us have accidents in the kitchen, right? So it's not that you are a bad cook, it just happens. So I will keep about that much, so we can put at the bottom of our pot. So after the onion will be sauteed, we will mix it into the meat, and then we'll start adding the spices and the tomato sauce. So we'll be back. The onion is ready. And another reason we don't have to cook it all the way is because it will have plenty of time to cook while it's on the stove and in the oven. Let it cool down a little bit.
Got it.
You have my thumb there also.
Yeah, sorry.
You can never have enough onion with the Romanian cooking. So don't be afraid, don't think that you will overdo it. Onion is good. And the combination between the sauteed onion and the fresh onion is so delicious. It's just enhancing the taste. I got out 2 strings. You can put more, you can put less, you can leave it out. It's just up to you. Here it is. And we'll just dump it in here. Well, you know what? I will probably go ahead and put all of them. Because I have such a big quantity of meat. So if you have less meat, then it's okay. You just go less. You could put chives? Yes, you could put chives. You could put just normal yellow onion? Yes, you can, depending on what you have in the house. You can be inventive. And I'm not a professional chef, I am not a professional chopper. So I will cut it my way, you can cut it your way. I just love to cook. I don't like to talk while I'm cooking, but Steven asked me, so this is what I'm doing today. Okay, let's see if we can stick our hand here.
Onion's a little warm.
Yeah, but we need to get it going. And you might find, if you'll talk to another Romanian person that's cooking sarmale, or you will go online to find recipes for stuffed cabbage, you might see that they are using rice also. So if I would have used rice, I would have sauteed it together on the stove with the onions. But we are on this keto diet and we can't have rice, and we will not miss it. I can tell you that right now. Okay, I think I mixed it the best I could. I try to spread it into the whole quantity of meat. Whew. If you guys saw the episode with the sausages, you will see that this is another workout. Okay, I gotta wash my hand a little bit. Because we need to start adding the rest of the ingredients. And I don't have a specific measure in the kitchen. I like to eyeball it, so we'll just add the deal. Like I said, probably a quarter of a cup. You can use dry dill if you want. If you don't like the dill, just leave it out, but we just love the dill. This is such a great herb.
Yeah, it is a big deal in this house.
Yes, it is. Now, let's start with the salt. And put 1, 2, 3, 4 for right now. So 4 tablespoons of Himalayan salt. I have here some savory. You can put, it's very hard to find savory in America, so you can replace it with thyme. And you know what, I'll just go ahead and put it in my 1 cup measure here, so I will tell you approximately how much is it. It's probably
Quarter of a cup?
maybe a third of a cup. But it's very, 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 very important to put the savory because it's giving it a better taste. Now, I will put the dry parsley, so I'll go with 2 tablespoons right now. Okay, pepper. I will put 1 teaspoon for right now because, as you can see, the Romanian food is not bland by any means. And then we'll just taste it a little bit. I'm going to grind a little bit of what I was telling you that I have here, juniper and coriander, and these will give it, smells so good. Oh my God, this will be so delicious, so delicious. Okay, some sweet paprika, and it will give it a sweeter flavor, and not talking about the aspect, right, the looks. So I put probably 3.5 because I had a bowl that just dropped there. And I want to start adding, can you give me the water, Stephen, please?
Yes.
And I will start by adding just 1 cup of tomato sauce. Okay, let's dig in.
Here you go. 4 cups.
Thank you. Because here, at least here in the Metroplex, we cannot find a fatter piece of meat. You know, you need fat for all these dishes, all these preparations. So if you don't have the fat in the meat, you have to add a little bit of liquid to make it more, let's call it, pliable. So this is why, and it will just keep it together. If you have the fat, it will hold it together even better. You know, the natural fat, but because we can't find it here, we just have to put a little bit of liquid. But for right now, I'm just trying to mix everything. Oh my God, if you could smell it. It smells so good. Wow, wow, this would be so good. Okay, let's start putting the water here. And I will continue to mix until it will have the right consistency, and we will be back to show it to you. My meat is ready. I ended up adding 2 more tablespoons of savory, 2 more tablespoons of Himalayan salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and I put 1.5 cups of warm water. And I forgot to tell you, you can put bone broth, you can put beef broth, you can put vegetable broth, whatever you want, but you need that liquid so the meat will stick together. And here I have cabbage leaves, so I will try to take them out, and I will show you how to get the leaves ready to be stuffed. And I am keeping all this juice. Remember, I was telling you I will dilute it with water and with my tomato paste, and I will boil the stuffed cabbage, my sarmale, in this. Oh, it'll be, it smells so good. Any Mediterranean store will have the already soured cabbage for you. So small pieces like this will go aside, and I will chop them. Remember, I was telling you that I will put some at the bottom of my pot and then some on the top. So that's a good candidate for that. So to be able to roll the cabbage, you just have to take this hard part out, and we can chop that also. And you kind of have here 2 pieces, and it doesn't matter if your rolls will not be equal, if one will be smaller or one will be bigger. I really truly don't care. If you have something like this that it's already broken, you can just set it aside for chopping. And my suggestion, when you're buying the jars, don't buy just 1. Buy at least 2. And something else, and you will see, we'll show you when we will start rolling the cabbage. If you have something small like this, you can just put 2 together, overlapping them, and just roll them. It's perfectly fine. So we will continue to prepare the cabbage here, and we will be back to show you how to roll it. We have the cabbage leaves there. We will start preparing the pot. So I put a little bit of avocado oil from Costco at the bottom of my pan. And now I'm getting ready to put the onions that I saved when I was sauteing them for the meat, if you remember. So just there at the bottom. And I will take a little bit of tomato sauce, and I'll just put it there at the bottom. It doesn't matter. 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup. I will take a little bit of savory, not too much, maybe 1/4 teaspoon, 1/8 teaspoon, and sprinkle it there. And now we are ready to roll. Oh, something else that I need to do. I will just get some of the cabbage that is not good for rolling, and I will just try to finally chop it. It will be so good, because it will be cooked at the bottom of the pot. much or as less as you want, it doesn't matter. I want to have a thick layer here, so I'm going to chop a little bit more, and the rest I will save for topping my sarmale. And I have plenty here, trust me.
This is why you need to have 2 jars, right?
At least 2, if not 3. From my experience, 2 jars will be sufficient. And now, depends on how many rolls you want to make. Depending how big is your family or how many guests you'll have, how many you want to have leftovers or just for yourself. We are targeting for probably 42 today. And if you have leftover meat, just put it into a freezer bag, stick it in the freezer, and then you can unthaw it and it's already prepared, and you can just go ahead and make some more stuffed cabbage, grape leaves. Like I was saying before, you can stuff bell peppers, you can stuff tomatoes, zucchinis, squashes. Oh my God, they are so good. Eggplants, depending on what you like. Just like that.
So that's the base, right?
Yes. And now we are ready to roll.
What you've all been waiting for.
And I will show you these in a second. I'll be right back.
Go.
Okay, you need a big tablespoon, and see here, I just overlapped 2. And something else that I forgot to tell you, some sprigs of dill. Remember I was telling you that I just love dill, and now it will be so good. So you take a tablespoon, and then you will work through the quantity that you need, because this is not an exact science. Only if you will use a scoop or something. So you roll it, and you're trying to push inside the edges. And like I said, it just doesn't matter how big or small your rolls will be. And actually, it depends on the size of your leaf, what you're working with. So you just have to pack it, bring it inside like that. And like I said, just make an indentation there just to make sure that it stays inside. And I'm just trying to line them one next to the other. See, again, I put 2 leaves together and just bring it in, roll it nicely, and these are, you know, kind of big sarmale. My late mother used to say, oh, don't make them that big, they need to be delicate, they need to be small. And my father, my late father, and I were always telling her, well, yes, but if the roll is a little bit bigger, you don't have to eat that many. You will have 2 or 3 in your plate and you're good to go. if they are so small, you will have to eat probably 5. So you will feel that you ate something.
Okay.
And we will continue to roll, make the rolls, roll the cabbage, and we will show you at the end the final result before putting it on the stove. And we are done. I didn't get 42 sarmale rolled cabbage, but I got 32, which I'm happy with. So now I will show you how to finish it. Okay, we're putting the chopped pieces that we couldn't roll on top. Make it nice. And if you have leftovers, you can freeze them or stick them, put them in a bag and stick them in the fridge. I am going to put my dill. It's a big deal because it will give it a nice flavor. And my bay leaves, just stick them there somewhere. Just a little bit of savory for more flavor. And now we're going to add, remember I told you to keep the juice from the jar, from the sour cabbage. I just diluted it with water and I put some tomato paste, probably a cup and a half of tomato paste. And make sure that you are filling up the pot before putting it on the stove. But if you have leftovers, don't throw them away because the liquid will go down and you will have to refill it when it's on the stove and when we'll put it into the oven. Make sure that you have clean lips, not yours, the pot. Just go all around and clean them.
And why is that?
Because you need to have a good seal. And if something is in the way, the lid will not create that vacuum that you need. So it's like a miniature oven. Everything is going back in. And the cookware is so smart. When the vapor click will start clicking, then we will lower the heat to low, and then starting from that moment we can set the timer for 90 minutes, and then I will take, see how nice it is? These handles are removable, and I will uncover my pot and just stick it in the oven. I will tell you exactly what the temperature is. It's 150 Celsius and I have to transform that in Fahrenheit, so it's less than 350. But then at the end, and I will put it there for 2 hours. And then for another 20-30 minutes, I can increase it to 350 and let it brown very nicely. This is how we like it. If you don't like it brown on top, just take it out of the oven and you're done. Okay, let's put this big baba on the stove and get it running. So again, don't forget, with the Salad Master cookware, you will know exactly when you can lower the heat. It will start clicking, and this is when you put it on low, set the timer for 90 minutes, and then you can go and do something else. And because we need to get the gelatin going, this is what we will do after we will take care of the cabbage rolls. And the best way to do it is just remove the handles, because you don't want the heat to... They are from bowling material, and they can take the heat on the stove, but it's better if you want to have them for a longer time, just remove them. You don't need to do anything with the pot. You don't stir it to... Oh, make sure if you are cooking with Salad Master cookware, when the vapor click it's clicking, don't look in the pot. You don't need to see anything. You know exactly what you put in your pot, so keep the seal. It will stay nice and vacuum. Set the timer for 90 minutes or how long you need your pot to boil, and don't resist the temptation to lift the lid and look in the pot. You don't need to do that. Okay, so we will let it sit on the stove until it will build enough pressure. This will start clicking, and then we will put it on low. I will come back and show you exactly that moment when it's clicking. We'll put it on low and it will stay there for 90 minutes. We'll be back. So the cabbage rolls have 1.5 hours on the stove, so we will transfer them in the oven for at least 2 hours. And this is how I'm going to put it. I have, you can get a tray, a deeper tray, or something like I have here, and put a little bit of water in the bottom, and then take the pot and stick it in there, because it's very full. So if it will overflow, you don't want these to get in your oven at the bottom. And then the purpose for the water is the fact that it will get mixed with the water and it will not get burned, and you will not have smoke coming out of your oven. So now we will set the timer for 2 hours, and then we will try one. We will taste it and see if it's soft and if it's falling apart. If not, it will stay longer in the oven. It's okay. Now we have 2 hours.
Okay. There we go.
And it smells so good. Oh, it's just a pity that you cannot smell the aroma that is coming from them. Ooh, they will be so good. Okay, we will see you in 2 hours. 2 hours for the cabbage rolls are up, and I will just go ahead and try one. This is the way to do it. So I will have to try to take one out. And see how easy. Oh yeah, I think they are done. Yes. You see how easy it's breaking?
Oh, here. Okay. Let me see. Got it.
They are done. And look how nice. Yeah, oh my God, the smell. Whew. I can barely wait to eat them. So let's see. Okay, just on the stove. And here you have it. Like we are saying in Romanian, poftă bună, which means enjoy it or bon appetit. And I hope you will try them, and please let us know through the reviews. Tell us if you try them, if you change something, if you use another type of meat. Maybe you didn't use sour cabbage and you just used raw cabbage. Boil it a little bit and make it soft. But we would love to hear from you. Okay, so our cabbage rolls are done, and pretty soon we will look into our gelatin pork or piftie. Okay, we will be back.